I'm not weighing in on any debates about the Switch 2, its price, performance, or the game keycards in this video. What I will say is that I'm glad that it's a massive step up from the previous console. The new Joy-Cons are really satisfying to snap on and off of the system. A Nintendo Switch 2 welcome tour not being a pack-in title is actually criminal.
What's wrong with you?
I bought a Nintendo Switch 2 at release, and it's a weird feeling. This is the first time that I've gotten a brand new console at launch. As a kid, I'd have to wait for my birthday or Christmas, or sell my current games to get the money. But now I'm in my 20s, which means two things. My bones hurt when I wake up in the morning, and now I have disposable income to give to a company that sees me as nothing more than a number. But I didn't buy the console for Mario Kart World. Truthfully, I don't really like Mario Kart that much. And yeah, because I'm bad at it, I actually bought the Switch 2 for Pokémon Scarlet and Violet, which received a free update when the console launched alongside a few other titles like The Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom and Clubhouse Games. I've spent way too much time playing Scarlet and Violet in the state that they released in, so I had to see for myself if they could be redeemed. Playing Pokémon Scarlet on the Switch 2 after over 100 hours of the original game felt like seeing colour for the first time. Scarlet and Violet now run at a stable 60 frames per second in every aspect of the game. Moving throughout the world is fluid, the transition from the overworld to battle is smooth, and even the cutscenes benefit from the new performance boost. Areas that previously had major performance issues like Casa Royale Lake and Area Zero now run flawlessly. In terms of the frame rate, this is the best outcome we could have hoped for, and even the windmills have been fixed. There are also other benefits outside of the frame rate. The overworld is able to handle a much larger number of Pokemon at once. The pop-in, while still present, is now drastically reduced. Pokemon are visible from a greater distance, and encountering shiny Pokemon is now much easier. Everything about the game is faster now. The lag within the menus, Pokemon summaries and the PC boxes is now a thing of the past. Fast travelling between towns on the same map is almost instant, and the transition between Paldea and the DLC areas is also noticeably quicker. Just to emphasize how big this improvement is, the speedrun world record for Pokémon Scarlet and Violet fell by 25 minutes on the Switch 2's launch day. In terms of convenience and fluidity, the experience is entirely different now. Honestly, playing through the opening of Pokémon Violet to get footage of the initial cutscenes made me want to do another playthrough with something like a Nuzlocke or a shiny badge quest. Despite the fact that the games now run extremely well, there are parts of the games that haven't changed as much as I'd hoped. First things first, the game still looks undercooked. The visuals haven't improved outside of the frame rate. The textures still look off, they still pop in sometimes when you load into an area, and the environments still aren't what I'd expect from a AAA experience from the most profitable media franchise on the planet. There's also still the odd visual bug. I've noticed one that happens when you terrestrialize your Pokemon during a Terra raid. At the end of the day, this is essentially just a patch locked behind a £400 paywall, and all it does is make the games what they should have been at launch nearly 3 years ago. The fact that no kind of patch like this has been attempted on the original Switch is wild, but Game Freak has been up to something else alongside the Scarlet and Violet DLC and Legend ZA.
What the fuck?
Game Freak's newest title, Beast of Reincarnation, was recently revealed at the Xbox Games Showcase. And visually, I think it looks quite appealing, but it looks like it still has some issues in terms of optimization, considering the trailer started to struggle after the Game Freak logo appeared. But with this, Game Freak has proven that it can make a game that looks good, and the Scarlet and Violet patch shows that they can make a game run well when given the time. With the increased power of the Switch 2, and the recent experience of Scarlet and Violet's disastrous launch, hopefully all the parties involved in making these games learns from the past with future installments. If anything, this just makes me worry about the Switch 1 version of Legend ZA. Overall, Pokémon Scarlet and Violet feel completely different on the Nintendo Switch 2. They're actually playable. If I was judging the Switch 2 update as its own game, I'd give it a 7 out of 10. I still think the visuals look rough at best, and my issues haven't changed regarding the game's structure or progression. This performance patch doesn't fix everything, but my god it does a lot of heavy lifting. If you're considering buying a Switch 2 just for Scarlet and Violet, I'd hold off personally, but if you've already got a Switch 2 or are planning to get one, and you haven't tried the games out because of how bad they were at launch, it might be worth trying them out.